or I can arrest you.
Yeah.
So that.
What's the details? Can I have your name and address? Name and number, officer.
Can you grab my phone so that I can?
You've just seen us outside the police station.
Can you identify yourself,
right,
please?
Can I explain why I've stopped you?
No. Answer my colleague's questions. Thank you.
Identify yourself, please.
A person who was entering the property said that there's potential public order offences that have been reported. Therefore, I can require your details so that can be investigated.
No, yeah.
I'd like to do that rather than arrest you so that we can deal with it now.
Well,
so let me just confirm.
Can you identify yourself, please?
You've not done that so far. Are you a constable or are you an impression?
I am.
That constitutes an offence.
11733.
Sorry?
What you're about to watch is a textbook example of how lawful filming turns into unlawful police escalation when officers don't fully understand their own powers. This case starts quietly, almost casually, but within minutes, it spirals into threats of arrest, invented detention powers, and one of the most serious legal errors we see far too often, the misuse of seizure authority on a public street. The officers frame this encounter as a choice. Give us your details or be arrested. But that choice is an illusion. It's a pressure tactic designed to bypass proper legal thresholds.
So at the moment, I'm going to talk to this officer here, because he's the one who's approached us at the moment.
Possible public order offence.
For what?
I'm just trying to.
No, I don't think so.
No, just due to an interaction you had with them. That's the report I've got from them.
What interaction?
You also get to report and tell me what you want. So
we don't want to say nothing, thank you.
There you go. If you don't want to say anything,
comment.
But they did want to say something. So unfortunately, when a crime is reported, that gives me powers to A, stop and detain you, to deal with that crime, and if required, arrest you.
Yeah.
My colleague now is just taking those details.
That's a load of crap, I think.
And once I know more about the report, I'll be able to tell you more. However, until then, I'm going to take some details.
No, thank you. Not until we know more details, at least.
You've been threatening people, been intimidating people to come in.
Right here is where the entire encounter goes off the rails. The officer presents a false binary. Provide your details or face arrest. That framing alone is legally defective. Under Pace Code G, an arrest must be necessary, not merely convenient. Officers don't get to threaten arrest just to shortcut an investigation. The phrase potential public order offense sounds official, but legally, it's meaningless. Potential isn't a standard recognized by law. Reasonable suspicion is. This is a classic coercion technique. Apply pressure early, assert authority confidently, and hope compliance follows.
That's a lie.
They felt intimidated by it.
Well,
they don't want to. They didn't ask for it.
Are you the feeling police then, are you?
The feelings police.
The feeling, yeah, because they feel intimidated, you have to deal with it.
People feel intimidated and threatened by it, and they don't like it.
Well, that's their problem, not mine.
If some people intimidated you, you want us to investigate.
No, because I've already been through that one, and they didn't do anything about it. Right,
that's
so
you. But other people, if they feel threatened or
police didn't
intimidated,
do anything about it.
They want us to speak to them on that.
Because it's the police, you're doing something about it. And we haven't committed a crime. There's no law against us filming.
No, I'm not saying there's law against you filming.
So we haven't committed any crime.
I don't mind you filming, crack on.
And we're filming from a distance, and there's evidence of that on my camera, his camera, and the camera.
Their feelings don't come into it. Their feelings don't come into it.
Why not?
Because they're police. You have a higher tolerance.
Who says they're police?
They're control staff, whatever.
Who says they're police?
This claim that police can detain someone simply because a crime has been reported is a serious misstatement of UK law. Outside of a lawful arrest or a clearly defined stop and search power, police do not possess a general authority to detain people for questioning. What the officer is describing is what's legally known as an invitation to stay, and invitations can be declined. Here's the problem. The officer speaks with confidence, hoping authority replaces legality. But confidence doesn't create powers. There's no statute that allows detention simply to find out more. That's fishing. And fishing expeditions are precisely what the law is designed to prevent.
Control staff or the police. Some of them were police. Some of them were police.
How do you know?
Because they showed their ID badge.
They might have been a police patrol. They could be a civilian member of staff.
Well,
They still
they still have a high tolerance of
How do you know that?
because I do. You
because
have
we do.
if I swear, if I keep swearing and swearing, you can't do me for it because you have a high authority.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Under Section 5 of the Public Order Act,
You have a higher tolerance
can.
if I'm swearing to you than I was
You don't
swearing
know
to
who
public.
you're talking to there, do you?
Okay.
I wasn't talking to nobody.
You don't know who they are.
I'm talking to nobody.
You're putting the cameras in front of their faces. You don't know who they are.
That's a
The
total lie.
lady spoke to me, so in interaction I filmed it, which I'm not allowed to do.
Yeah.
So there is no crime here whatsoever.
If they're intimidated by it, they will-
okay,
they
but
will-
under Section 19 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, when a crime is reported, and I can
This is where the encounter shifts from legally weak to outright absurd. The justification becomes feelings. Someone felt intimidated. Someone didn't like being filmed. But the law doesn't exist to protect comfort. It exists to regulate conduct. Under Section 5 of the Public Order Act, there must be threatening, abusive, or insulting behavior. Filming from a public place doesn't meet that standard, no matter how uncomfortable it makes someone feel. And it's especially important to note that police officers and police staff are expected to have a higher tolerance, not a
take and seize any articles that may provide evidence of an offence.
And then I'll sue you.
So,
And me.
as I'm saying, you're saying you've recorded it, therefore that almost makes, I can 100% guarantee there's evidence on those machines.
But we didn't do anything.
Okay, so let us just have a chat.
Exactly.
Let's see what was going to happen. Okay, and we'll get to the bottom of it. We're not being argumentative with you.
You are,
We're
'cause
telling
you're trying to,
we were trying to leave. I
we
didn't have an
told-
issue.
We
Hang
were
on.
trying to leave and you
Hang
stopped
on,
us.
and I didn't have an issue.
Exactly.
However, prior
That's
to
the
me
issue.
leaving,
My issue.
someone reported and told us via the radio that they said that you were aggressive towards them.
Rubbish. That's lie.
Hang on,
Go and tell them the lie and
Does
do
it-
them for lying to the police.
hang
then.
on, hang on.
Felt intimidated, all right?
No, you said they said we.
Sorry, intimidated, aggressive and intimidated. Okay.
Well, wasn't
However,
aggressive,
listen,
that's a lie.
Listen,
And
you're
you got-
inter-
This is the most dangerous moment in the entire encounter. The officer invokes Section 19 of PACE to justify seizing the camera. That power applies only when an officer is lawfully on premises. A public street is not premises. This isn't a technical mistake. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of seizure law. If the officer had acted on this belief and taken the phone, it could constitute unlawful seizure, trespass to goods, or even theft. The justification, there must be evidence on the device, is backwards. Police don't seize property to see if an offense occurred.
you and said that's what's been said. You get your chance to tell me.
Well, that's a lie.
Okay.
We
Nasty
didn't-
character, mate. Him.
That's a lie.
But when a criminal offence is being alleged, and one has, we are entitled to do that.
Look
Okay.
at that ugly face he's got. Do you feel offended by that? You shouldn't do. Just let them get on with what they've got to do.
So why didn't you stop outside the gate instead of stopping there?
That'd be more
Because we
appropriate.
didn't get told until we got there. But thank you very much for.
I bet that's a bit of a porky pie. Literally porky.
So can I report a crime?
If it's genuine,
Yeah.
If it's genuine.
I feel intimidated. I feel that you're being aggressive, so I'd like to report that.
okay.
That's not reporting a crime. That's reporting a complaint.
What's the crime? You just said it was a crime.
Listen carefully to the logic being used here. The officer suggests the footage should be handed over to confirm what happened. That flips the legal process on its head. Citizens are not required to provide evidence to disprove allegations. The burden rests entirely on the state to establish reasonable suspicion before escalating enforcement. That what's happening instead is pressure through persistence. Repeat the allegation. Restate authority. Hope fatigue leads to compliance. But the auditors don't crack. They remain calm, consistent, and legally grounded.
You saw us down outside the station when we was out there, but you didn't want to stop us because it's raining. You got in your little car, you left, let us do what we wanted to do, go home, or go at the next location, and you got in your car, you thought you'd be Cliff and that to waste our time, but it ain't really waste our time, is it?
I appreciate your opinion.
That's my opinion.
Okay, again, so as I said, and typically it's now going to get noisier.
Yeah,
as I said, a crime was alleged. I'm going to ask you again, will you provide me with your details? I'll apologise, I couldn't hear your answer due to the loudness of that machine.
No problem. Yeah, no thank you.
You said no? No. I still can't hear you.
No.
No, thank you.
We haven't committed a crime.
Exactly.
Well, unfortunately, you're entitled to your opinion, but when one is alleged, I'm entitled to mine.
This final attempt says everything. The officer loops back to the same question. Will you provide your details? Because there are no lawful options left. If arrest were genuinely necessary under Code G, it would already have happened. The repeated asking confirms the initial threat was a bluff. This is the end game of unlawful escalation. When officers rely on pressure instead of powers, the moment resistance holds, the authority collapses. The auditors understand that silence and refusal are not obstruction, they are rights. And because they hold that line, the police are left with only one option: disengage.
So the police station, it's over there. Right, and we left there. We was walking by. Now this car's just approached us. It's obviously a police vehicle. And it's the armed police outside Cold Harbour.
I think I've met before somewhere else.
Police station.
On another occasion, and they've got intentions to go to another location after this.
Yeah, I'm going back home. The next location for me, bed.
Okay, there'll be a report made, and we've got your descriptions, okay?
Yeah.
Lovely.
We've done is on camera as well.
You felt you'd done some work today for the public. Got my description, our descriptions. No one's offended that police station.
Enjoy your days.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
Thank you very much for the photography. It's not crime in public.
This encounter ends the way many audits do. Not with an arrest, not with seized property, but with quiet retreat. The officers failed to identify a specific offense, attempted to detain without lawful authority, tried to police feelings instead of conduct, and critically misapplied Section 19 pace on a public street. The auditors did everything right. They stayed calm, asserted their rights, and refused to fill in the gaps for an unlawful investigation. This video is a reminder of why transparency matters. Filming isn't the problem. Ignorance of the law is.